3 months before the events at Harmonia Springs, there's a ripple in the air. The cold, biting air shudders around a woman that seems to unzip reality. Out of this gray-green light from another world, a man with a blonde, scraggly beard and long, tattered hair tumbles out, eyes wide, animalistic, and savage. She helps him up before he goes to attack her. A month after that, a woman stands, staring at an exhibit. One particular piece has caught her eye in this demonstration of ancient musical instruments. Her pretty brown hair frames her face as she hungrily looks and then begins formulating a plan behind her cunning eyes. A man wearing a tweed jacket gets a phone call that piques his interest. He tilts his head to the side consideringly and wonders if maybe this will be a dream fulfilled. And finally, a woman with a steely gaze polishes her sniper rifle. Her hair pulled back in a severe ponytail to match her cold expression. She waits for her next job. She waits for her orders. Welcome to Chance Die, Season 3 preview.
Woo, woo, woo.
I'm Jessica, the storyteller.
I'm Gabby, and you don't know my character yet. Do I say?
Are we not
Sure.
introducing them right now?
My character is Frigus.
Hello, I am Tristan, and I will be playing a gentleman named Dr. Ronan Abner.
I'm Francie, and I will be playing Callie.
I'm Creed, and I will be playing Yosef.
Okay, so Season 3 is going to be a little bit different. First of all, I mean, Creed joined us, which is great.
What up?
Mark will be writing the music for this. And secondly, we'll be hunters. We're hunting it up.
Hunting.
We're hunting. Goodwill
We're
hunting.
going to be in the woods, trying to survive, just hunting animals.
It's a really bare, naked, and afraid situation.
That's how I always am.
I'm naked. Do I have to be afraid?
Yes, and this is also why I will disinfect the fuck out of these chairs when we're done with this.
I personally, I'm always a little bit afraid when I'm naked.
Me too. You never know. I'm vulnerable. Okay, so tell us a little bit, you guys, because Lord knows I'm inadequate with rules. Tell us a little bit about the hunter system and what makes it different. Also, feel free to skip this episode if you're not super into like rules and stuff.
Or if you already know.
Or if you already know them. The end of the episode, I'll do a little bit of an intro into the season. So if you want, you could skip to that. Otherwise, thanks for listening.
Yeah, and also this rules episode, I'm sure, is also, again, going to be very loose on the rules. This is kind of the rule set we like to play by, but the big thing about hunters is they're humans. Generally, they're just regular humans, and they take things from the supernatural world to help make them better. That I'm not going to go into, but the biggest thing is their willpower. So every class, right, has this willpower that you burn. You get 3 extra dice, and if you do your virtue of vice, you can get it back. Well,
It's like doubling down to get what you want. It's like your determination to do something.
Yeah, you grit your teeth, you pull up your bootstraps. But the big thing about the hunters is that's their only thing in this world that is giving them a leg up. So almost every time they sleep, they get one back. At the end of kind of every arc, you get them all back just so you can spend them more and more. And there's one big will called a risked will. And essentially what that means is as a human, you pour everything you have and it gives you additional benefits on top of regular willpower. So it gives you 3 dice, plus it gives you the ability to make either all the damage you've just dealt lethal. It gives you the ability to roll 9s again on top of 10s. And it also gives you the ability that if you roll a 3 or more, it counts as a critical success versus a regular success. But the downside is if you fuck up your risked will, it is really, really, really bad.
Yeah, and it's only one of those things, not all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan. Do you want to talk about that too?
That was like 4 years ago. My first hunter, I went, oh, I can do all of these, right?
and
you
also
cannot.
only do one wrist will per like combat.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that hunters have is endowments, which is like their certain modifications to make the playing field a little even with,
evil.
with the other supernaturals. So this could be anything like technological advancements to body enhancements to their own supernatural powers derived from some source that they've obtained. So they're not quite fully supernatural, but they have similar abilities.
Yeah, they're
to help
cheating a
them-
little bit.
to help them combat what they're facing.
Yeah, they usually get these
No, go on,
from things called conspiracies, which are basically factions. Instead of like having different like werewolf types, it is just different organizations, and they'll give you cool shit.
This is kind of where we're branching off a little bit because the main hunter rulebook has like 3 different types. You have your cell, which is like super small. It's your neighborhood. They have one above that. I don't remember. And then they have your
compact.
It might be a compact, which is like, oh, this is kind of a city block. This is kind of a bunch of people. And then they have conspiracies, which are like global companies, whole cities. And generally those conspiracies are what let you get your endowments, but we're not doing that. We're kind of keeping it, we're not a part of a big company, but we're still getting endowments just to, give our characters some flavor.
Yeah, I mean, just for clarification, the way we're starting it, it's like a very beginner hunter organization, teeny tiny, not a lot of extra assistance or things like that.
Yep. Marquez. We'll just throw it
Yay.
out there.
We should talk about the safe houses or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah.
So-
That's a big part of hunters, too.
Do you want to go into it?
I don't know much about it.
So, I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking the wheel. I guess I've played a lot of
I
hunters.
haven't read the books.
Each class. So okay, when you build a character within World of Darkness, you get like attributes and skills. I'm sure you've kind of heard us talk about it, but you also get these things called merits. And each class, changelings, mages, Prometheans, each get access to a different list of merits on top of like world merits that you can get. Hunters specifically have merits that can increase their armory, that can increase, their endowments. Those fall under merits. They can also get professions, right? So that's one of mine. Is I have a profession, so it lets me have access to a bunch of things within that world. But the biggest thing about hunters is their safe house, and with that, the more level up dots you put into it, the safer it can get, the more secret it can get, the more specialized equipment it can get. But not having a safe house kind of makes you super vulnerable, very easy to be taken advantage of. So even having like a basic safe house is super, super important for a hunter to be able to remain free and able to move in this world without being, I don't know, at a even more major disadvantage than they already are.
And you set it up for your needs, like if you need healing, if you need weaponry, if you need specific like storage areas.
You can have like cells, you can have containment units.
You put the dots in whatever things you want to have in it.
Yeah.
Did we want to go around and say what our conspiracy was and what things that it gives us, or do you think that's too much of a spoiler?
I think too much of a spoiler.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
I can say what I wrote down for my conspiracy.
Because we also said that, see, episode 1, didn't we?
I think we did.
we said what
I
we
did.
were. I know I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did.
My cell prison. Compact anus.
No.
Conspiracy, moon is fake.
Oh my God.
Chronicle, Narnia.
And he likes long walks on the beach.
Hi, I'm Yosef.
The big thing with hunters to remember as far as story goes is the reason that they get this extra kind of stuff is that they are far outmatched in this world. They still are human despite all of their kind of cheats, right? They're still human and they're still going up against like far greater odds than a less jealous God would have allowed. Like it's going to be pretty intense in some manner. The other thing that I want to touch on is they do have a lot of rules and different experience and stuff that you can really get into that we're not touching.
No.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of keeping track of like numbers and things and scenes, and like I made the call. So if you get mad at me. I made the call not to do that because I thought it would completely disrupt the story. So for our purposes as like a podcast that tells stories, I don't want to interrupt what's happening in order to keep track of all the technicality stuff. So that's me. Anything else y'all want to cover?
Vices and virtues are kind of big because on top of being able to get willpower back, those are another way to get them back. And also, if we can cut this out if we need, it also, within this world, it's going to be kind of important to know those and utilize those.
Yep.
Going into at least this season.
Yes. Very much so. Okay.
Our character sheets compared to like the supernaturals that we've played in the past are so much different. Like we have huge pools to like make up for the fact that we're tiny weak humans, or at least some of us are human adjacent. Some organizations are a little bit more supernatural than others, but
that's another thing. Yeah, the specialized skills.
Oh yeah. Specialized skills. Go ahead, Francie.
Oh yeah.
You get a certain amount. One comes from your conspiracy. It gives you specific options that you can choose to put a specialization in, and you do have to have a reason for it. But if you have a specialization in one of your skills, it has to be something specific. Like for an example, for my character with academics, if the academic thing has to do with music specifically, I get an extra dice to that pool.
So what is your normal pool for academics?
3, and then whenever it's to do with music, I add a 4th.
Okay.
Integrity is still a thing.
Like how moral you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is absolutely still a thing.
Oh, yeah.
How well you hold on to your humanity as you fight monsters, basically.
I'm doing great.
Speaking of the dice pools, right? So when we were playing with our Prometheans, they're dots, right? So we fill in these dots. That's how many dice we get a roll. Their dots went all the way up to 10, right? So most supernaturals, like vampires, I know go up to 10. Like they have huge pools. Versus like what Gabby was saying, we're limited to 5. But because we have so many dots, we can spread them around in so many different skills to try to keep up. But again, we are humans, and we are very fallible.
Yeah.
So are they.
We are very phallic.
So phallic.
We're dicks.
So again, a brief rundown. Hunters are kind of run on willpower. They are humans. They need each other in order to defeat supernaturals. Thus, why we are in a group of hunters. Not for podcast reasons, it's so we can survive. With this, our vices and our virtues are going to be very important within this and in this world of Harmonia Springs.
Harmonia Springs. All right, anything else? Because if not, I will jump into a little teaser for the season.
Oh.
Well, season teaser. Harmonia Springs is known very well throughout California as a beautiful town. It's small enough that it remains picturesque for any tourist coming through, but it's big enough that it has lots to do, lots to see, and lots to explore. It's usually a peaceful town, something that the wealthy can visit on the weekends and enjoy to the fullest. However, Lately, Harmonia Springs has a tension crackling in the air. Something that doesn't sit quite right as families tuck their children in for bed when the sun goes down. That something is Pandora's box. Pandora's music box has been opened, and all the songs have escaped.